Hey V's, I'm Marie from Humblebee and Me, and today we are continuing our Mango series with this beautiful Whipped Mango Emulsified Sugar Scrub. With this whole mango thing being all about beautiful bright oranges and wonderful fresh juicy scents, kind of thought that, we were definitely needing some bath things in there, and it's been ages since I made an emulsified sugar scrub, and so I thought, pretty much it is sugar scrub time. So this is our scrub, and you can see it's still like gorgeously soft even though it's been sitting still for a couple days. It's lovely and it's got lots of scrubby sugar in it, and it smells amazeballs. So the general gist of making an emulsified sugar scrub is that we're kind of melting together a mixture of oils, emulsifiers, and thickeners, letting that cool a relatively decent amount, and then adding a bunch of sugar and then whipping it until it is light and fluffy, and that's pretty much it. So the reason we include emulsifiers in this is so that the scrub self-emulsifies with your bath water when you use it, and then it rinses off really nicely, and it also rinses off your tub and down the drain nicely, so you don't have like a kind of moment when you go to get out of the bath at the end of your tub. It's not just like completely coated in oil and hasn't turned into like a serious mango scented hazard. I've had a couple people ask why I haven't been putting mango butter in more of these recipes, and honestly, it's because it's a reasonably expensive ingredient, and why put it in something where it's not really going to shine? So this recipe doesn't contain any mango butter because it doesn't need to. Mango butter shines in places where, you're leaving it on your skin and you can really appreciate how lightweight it is, and you're just really enjoying that. And this is a sugar scrub that's going to be rubbed into your skin and then rinsed down the drain almost immediately. So you just really didn't see the point of including such a relatively expensive ingredient in something where, you're not really going to fully appreciate it. Okay, I think that is about it. Let us go get our mango on. We're going to begin by combining our heated phase ingredients in a small bowl. And this is the bowl we're going to be whipping stuff in, so make sure your bowl is deep enough that you can get your beaters in there and whip it around without stuff just spraying everywhere. So we're going to need 5 grams of Polawax Complete Emulsifying Wax, 4 grams polysorbate 80, 27.25 grams fractionated coconut oil, half a gram of sea buckthorn fruit oil, and 12.5 grams of cetearyl alcohol. So to melt this together, I have a water bath. So this is a small saucepan that has about an inch of water in the bottom of it, about 3 centimeters. I'm going to pop this in here and go put this on the stovetop over medium heat to melt everything through. Once your heated phase has melted through, you can remove your water bath from the heat and then remove your little bowl from your water bath. So in this dish here, I have 50 grams of granulated sugar, so I'm going to add that. So obviously this is going to have to be a little bit thicker before we can whip it. I've found that you don't want to leave it to just completely solidify without a bit of agitation throughout kind of the cooling process. So depending on kind of how much of a hurry you're in, you can either just kind of leave it sitting on your counter and come back and stir it every 20 minutes or so until it's started to thicken up a bit, or you can put it in an ice bath, or you could pop it in your freezer for a couple minutes. I'm not in a huge hurry, and I'm not entirely confident in this bowl going from quite hot to quite cold without cracking, so I don't want to pop it in an ice bath or anything like that. So I'm just going to let it sit on the counter here and stir it a couple times, and then we can whip it once it has thickened up a bit. Okay, so this has been setting up for maybe like half an hour, 40 minutes or so, and you can see it's no longer just kind of liquid. So I'm gonna start giving this a bit of beating. I've just got the one beater on my mix master here because it's a pretty small batch. So let's give this a nice blending. So up next we need to add our vitamin E and our mango fragrance oil. So I'm just going to let that sit for about another half hour, whip it again, and then we will call it done. I just want to make sure that it is totally cool before we package it up, because it helps it stay a little lighter and fluffier if we make sure that we're doing our last round of beating at room temperature. Half an hour later, and this is just totally room temperature, so I'm going to give this another whipping, and then we'll put it in our container. I've got a little 100 milliliter jar here from Humblebee. I thought we could take a little look at how this emulsifies when it comes into contact with water. So I've put a little bit of water in the bottom of the bowl here. And when you work it up onto the skin or into wet skin, oil in there, it'll just emulsifies, and so it kind of turns into like a scrubby lotion on the skin, and then it rinses off really nicely, which is unfortunately sort of hard to show on video, but I promise it does. And there you go. You just made a gorgeous mango whipped sugar scrub. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and please remember to go down to the description box below this video and click through to read this recipe on my blog. I have everything written out there, links to all the ingredients, information on substitutions, scaling, shelf life, and a whole lot more. So if you have questions, please check there first. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.